Hey everybody. So how Google Sites works is that you would go to sites.google.com. That'll take you right here to the Google Sites. Now, if you have an existing web page, you can open it up on any of your recent sites that you have listed here. One of the cool things is that it actually saves to your Google Drive. So if you were creating maybe a class web page, it will automatically save. Here's a page that I automatically created. I'm going to open it up and I want to show you some things. And when you're working with Google Sites, you have this wizard that appears over on the right hand side. And there's things that you can insert. So you can insert text boxes, images, you can embed objects such as web pages. You can also add Google Drive. They have this new feature here that hasn't been around too long, but it's layout. So you can actually have layouts and laying out your content in different ways. That's kind of a neat way of doing things. So for example, if I do this, it will create an object in here that has place for a picture, place for a text, and place for subtext. There's also other features on here, such as if you wanted a collapsible text. So basically what that is so if I add a bunch of text here and I just click on this drop down area, it'll expand or contrast. So that might be good for like frequently asked questions that you may have. Perhaps you have frequently asked questions that you want your kids to know or parents to know. You can simply click on that and it'll expand or contrast. Other options for you that you can add, there's the image carousel. So if you wanted sort of like an image carousel or wheel that parents can see their children doing different things, or maybe you have pictures for the class, you can do that. There's buttons, there's dividers, placeholders. Other things that you can embed too are YouTube videos. So if I click right here on YouTube, you'll notice that I can search for videos or any videos that I've created. And I can simply choose my video, hit select, and then it'll automatically appear. What I can do is I can actually take my cursor and put it on top of my video and just simply click and drag, and I can reposition it to center it, or I can change its size simply by doing this. So that is helpful for positioning this where you find it's helpful. You can also embed calendars. So if I go right here and I go to calendars, it'll show me any calendars that I have available through Google, and I'll be able to put that on there. So for example, if I wanted to put my 5th grade language arts class, I can go ahead and put that in there. I can expand it, make it a little bit bigger. And then you'll see, let me just move this right here. I can even change the way that this is set up. So if I click on this, I may have to click off and click back on so this will appear, but I can go to settings. And when I go to settings, I can change the way that it appears, and I can even change the view mode so that you can see a week at a time. Let me just do that. So you can see this instead. So kind of a neat way of having a calendar built in. You can add a map, you can add Google Docs. So I love this where you can add a Google Doc and it'll open up Google Docs for you, and you can put in a recent document that you may have had. So let's put this agenda in here. And if I just close out of that, then I can expand this document simply by dragging down. So I may have to click right here and just drag down a little bit more to make this a little bit bigger, but I can do that. You'll also notice that you can embed Google Slideshow presentations, Google Sheets, Google Forms, and also charts. Now, anytime that you make any change at all on Google Sites, remember, you want to go to Publish. And when you hit Publish, if this is the first time that you are working with it, you'll need to give it a web address, and then you can go ahead and you can hit Publish. Now, there's other things too that you can do as far as who can view your site. You can manage this and simply make it so that this published site is public. You can say it's restricted to certain people. So you can play around with that simply by going to the links. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel and get out of this because I don't want it to publish yet. What I can also do is I can preview what this site is going to look like simply by pressing those buttons. I can see what it'll look like on a phone, what it'll look like on an actual tablet, and also what it'll look like on a website. So as you can see, this is what my web page is going to look like and how I'm going to be able to interact with it. You'll see I have my calendar and I also have the Google Doc. To close out of it, I simply click right here and it'll get out. If I want to actually put together an additional page, so I want to put an additional page on, say for instance, I want to list homework assignments, I can simply do pages and click right down here, and let's call this homework. And then I'm going to hit done. Now what I can do is I have this homework page right here that I can then go back and forth. So I have home, I have homework, and notice what happens is Google automatically puts the links to the pages right up here. If for some reason I didn't want that to show up, I can always click on the three dots and I can always say hide from navigation. Other things you can do as well is you can simply go and click on the settings gear right here. And when you go to the settings gear, you can change the way that your site navigates, where you can use on the side, you can have these little links right here on the side, or I can simply just go right up here to the top. There's other things you can do as well, but I won't cover those in this particular tutorial. But then you have themes as well that you can go through and you can add themes. And when you are ready to roll, don't forget that you can publish. Also, you can go ahead and collaborate with other people. So I could share this with other people. I could add their name down. I can make them editors, and they can help collaborate on my website together.